Hello, everybody. Good evening. Did you enjoy the day today? Maybe later. It was a nice, warm, but windy day today, and it's supposed to be even warmer the rest of this week. I think in the 80s here. Hopefully not as windy. I don't know. But wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying the weather. I hope you don't have snow. I know we have people who are not living in California that live on the other side of the country that you get weather that we don't get. Weird weather with that white stuff that falls from the sky. Alrighty, so just while we're waiting for a few people on, just kind of show you the classes. I know we talk about these all the time, but people forget. We just want to make sure that you know. Oh, we showed it last week. So we've got this Sew It Yourself, Beatrice, Whirligig, and the Illusions Sampler Block of the Month. And again, we'll show all of these at the end after we go through all of the new things that we've gotten in. Alrighty. So you guys should be counting your lucky stars that we actually got fabric in today, because at 10 o'clock this morning, all I had for you was 2 patterns. And I was coming up with a song and dance. I was going to sing Frosty the Snowman because we have our Frosty sample here, and then I didn't know what I was going to do. So luckily we got 14 bolts in today, so I was happy about that. You should be happy too that I'm not singing and dancing for you and that we have fabric to show. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the fabric. Alrighty. So the first one is called Singin' the Blues. These are both $13.15 a yard by Northcott. So you might be looking at these thinking, oh, did you cut up your jeans and put them on the table? Because that's actually what they are. So they're denim. This first one. Denim looking, yes. Exactly, they're just cotton. So you have the denim look in just cotton. So this first one is actually called grunge denim. So it's kind of that washed out effect. It's a lighter blue, more blue than purple, a little lighter than what you probably see on your screen. And then the other one is an indigo dark denim, and again, it's more blue than purple than you're seeing on your screen.
It looks great on the screen.
Yeah, my picture did too, but it really is like if you got, you know, those really nice dressy jeans and they're that kind of dark denim-y color. That's what this looks like. So these would be really fun. You know how people upcycle their jeans and make those purses? Forget the upcycling, because you know it's hard to cut up jeans and it's hard to work with that. Just use this instead. But it'd also make a fun addition to like a kid's quilt. You know, just use them as fun blenders. And again, these are called Singin' the Blues by Northcott. Alrighty. And then a couple weeks ago, we had gotten in some Banyan BFFs, and 2 of the BFs were missing. So they've decided to join the rest of the group. So here they are. These are by Northcott, and they're $12.55 a yard. This one is Caribbean, and it's a nice, it's a blue, kind of a washed background, and then the teal design on top of that. And then the other one is called Wild Orange. And so it's an orange background with kind of like greenish gray and some deeper blues in there, a little bit of lighter blues. But they all the Banyan BFFs have the same design on them. They're just all different colors. So if you just look up Banyan BFFs, you'll see all of the friends all together. And so now we have not the complete collection, but the complete collection of what we ordered. Okay, and then also in boutiques we have Spring Promise. So, you know, when we order fabric, we are ordering months and months in advance, and then we get them months in advance of the upcoming season. So this is looking ahead. We're skipping Christmas, skipping winter, skipping all that, going right into spring with those pastel colors. So Spring Promise, $13.45 a yard by Robert Kaufman. So we have this nice light lavender color with the little leaves going through it. And then we have the aqua with the large butterflies. The biggest one is, I don't know, probably about 4.5 inches across, maybe. A couple different sizes there. And then we have a floral on an aqua background with some pretty pinks and oranges, a little bit of kind of purpley color in there. And then that same floral in a more orange and yellow pastel type background with some blue and green, some kind of lime green in there. And of course we get nothing all at the same time. We have issues with this. So we are still expecting one more bolt. I believe it is another colorway of the butterfly, and then 2.5-inch strips. So these would make a really pretty jelly roll quilt. Anything that uses the 2.5-inch strips be really, really pretty with the rolls, and then use one of these as your border or sashing or backing. So again, Spring Promise, $13.45 a yard by Robert Kaufman. Okay, the next one is called Diggers and Dumpers, and this is by Michael Miller. So 3 of the fabrics are diggers and dumpers, and then the orange is actually called Hash Dot. But it goes, you know, color-wise, it goes with this whole collection here. So this one is like the giant wheels of the big tractors and the big diggers and dump trucks that do all of that. So it's on a royal blue and then all different colors for the insides of the wheels. And you've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, all through there. And then we have 2 tossed ones. They all have the same thing on them, that just one is on yellow and one is on white. So what's nice about the tossed ones is that they make good borders or backing because they're not directional. So you don't have to worry about anything being, you know, upside down, wrong way, because they're all that way. You're not cutting anything off. So on the yellow, and then again on the white, you've got cranes and little, it's a snort. If you're reading Are You My Mother, which we read a lot. And then the orange hash dot, which is a tone on tone. So it's an orange with a darker orange hash marks on it, and then the lighter orange dots going through there. So those are all from Michael Miller, and they're all $13.15 a yard. But to go with that, we have the Diggers and Dumpers panel, which is $8.78 per panel. It's a 24-inch by width of fabric panel. I'll go ahead and hold it up here for you. So it's all on kind of a light blue brick, and it kind of looks like, you know, the kid colored it in. It's not like super precise, you know, in the colors. It's just kind of more fun, a little bit more organic. So you got the road that goes through, and you've got all the different vehicles, the snort, the crane, the dump truck, the tractors. So all kinds of fun stuff on there. The do not enter, the stop sign. So this would be fun to make into maybe some kind of a play mat, or you can just use some of those coordinates as borders for it to make a fun bed quilt or a smallish kind of wall hanging. So for all those boys who are into the construction and Tonka and John Deere and all that kind of stuff, this would make a fun panel. Okay, so that's it for fabric. So the 2 patterns that were sitting here waiting for you. The first one is called Up North, and this one is, it says it's great for beginners. It's all pieced, so there's no, you know, nothing weird, nothing fancy. Even the camper is pieced. I don't think you can see the whole thing in there. I'll turn it around and you can see. But it just takes 1/4 yards of most everything except for the background. Well, the way it has it on here, it breaks it down to the camper block and the tree block. I'm trying to read the back of it. For the camper block, it just takes 1/4 yards of most everything, and then the tree, it's 1/8 yards and 1/3 yards, and then the background. But here you can see the whole quilt. So, beginners, and you know, as with every pattern, or most patterns, you don't have to do the whole thing. You could just do a row of trees for a cute table runner, or a row of trees down for a wall hanging, or just the camper, or the tree and the camper. You don't have to do the whole thing. You know, sometimes these things can be intimidating, but really, once you break it down, it's not that difficult. And again, make it into a smaller project. Make a pillow. Maybe you have someone who has a camper and would love the little camper as a pillow, or a little wall hanging for inside there. So all kinds of options for these. So again, that's called Up North Quilt. And then we have Sparrows, which is little birdies. And again, you don't have to do the whole thing. This is a big quilt, 65.5 by 71, but you don't have to do the whole thing. You could just do a row, or just, 4 or 5 or 6 of them, to make it a little bit smaller. And you can do them in cute colors. You can do it, it says scrappy, you can do 8 fat quarters for this instead of what it calls for, the half yards. So it's, don't feel like you're limited to exactly what it shows you on here. Sometimes you have to think out of the box. And if you need help with that, you can come ask us. We're usually pretty good about that. So here's the back of it. So you can see that it just takes yardage, or again, you can make it scrappy and do fat quarters. You can do bright little birdies on there. So make a pillow, make a runner, make a wall hanging. And again, advanced beginner. However, it doesn't say that it's paper pieced, so it should just all be piecing. All right, so that's those. And then if you guys are familiar with the pillow kits that we had been doing the pillow kit of the month, but we have extras every month. So I have 4 of the pumpkin one. This is the November pillow kit. And this is $29.99. And all of these kits include everything that you need for the pillow top, the backing, and the binding. All you have to supply is the pillow form, which you just have to get one, because then you switch them out every month. So this would still be appropriate for this month. This one is not that hard. It's just all piecing, and you could just straight line quilt it. It'd be very quick and easy. And then the December one is a little bit more involved. This one has applique on it. So if you just want to kind of try your hand at applique, might not be too bad. So we have 4 of all of these. And then the January one, just a nice blue and white for winter. And then if you're kind of looking ahead, I'm going to show you the February and March ones are the ones that we have left, because it started with the April one. So if you're interested, these are on the website. You just look up pillow kit, and it has each month, and it has a picture of each one. So let us know. And they all come in these really nice boxes. They have a little flap that opens up, and all of the stuff is inside for you. So very nice. Okay, and new sample in the shop. We talked about this one last week. This is why I would have been singing Frosty the Snowman had we got no fabric. So this is Posh Frosty. This is the newest quilt pattern from So Kind of Wonderful that uses the Wonder Curve ruler. No, the Mini Quick Curve ruler, because it's Posh, and the So Square 4 ruler for squaring up. So he's really cute. This is our favorite Posh. There's Posh Bunny, there's Posh Jacko, which we have, there's Posh Santa and Posh Holly, Posh Gobble, Posh Lucky. That might be it. Oh, that's right. But we like this one the best. And we do now have some patterns in stock. And watch Facebook, because we'll have a fun little photo that uses this. We have to narrow it down. We had a little photo session with the granddaughter the other day, and I'll also be posting outtakes because it's funny. Usually we can get it done in 5 minutes, but I don't know what her deal was that day. She was just crazy. Okay, so I said we'd be talking about classes, so we are going to talk about those now. The Sew It Yourself. So this is originally Sew It Yourself started with Free Spirit Fabrics. There's also a website called Sew4, the number 4, Home, I believe. But you can also look up Sew It Yourself. And it's meant for beginning sewists, people maybe who just started sewing, people who made masks during COVID, people who are just wanting to learn how to use their machine. Maybe they got it for a present or something. So this is just to kind of help you learn how to sew. Not necessarily for quilts. There's all kinds of projects. So the first one is this pillow. Sorry, this is attached by safety pins. So this is a 16-inch pillow, and you can use scraps for it. So you do not have to have any special skills. You do not have to have any special rulers. You just have to know how to use your machine. And you can sew this. So we're going to learn how to use a 1/4 inch seam, put everything together. We'll make the back of the pillow. It's an envelope back. However, the instructions call for buttons, and you can have at that. And then we'll learn how to bind. And if you've not done binding all by machine, this is a great opportunity to learn how to do your binding by machine. And then also we're throwing in a bonus. This is not part of that, but we just thought it would be fun. So you get to make this little apple mug rug. So it's just meant for your hot mug of apple cider as you're sitting there contemplating what fabric you're going to use for your pillow. So it's just this cute little guy. We'll supply all of the supplies that you need for the apple, the fabrics, the batting, the little tie, and the felt for the leaf, just so you have something to take home and something quick. You don't have to worry about getting into the things for that. So that won't take very long, and then we'll go ahead and work on the pillow. So that is on December 7th, and it's $25. Both Mom and I will be teaching that one. Beatrice, which I'm not going to show you, but that is also a good class for beginners. Very easy, so that's going to be on Saturday, January 15th from 10 to 4, and that's $35 plus the pattern. No special ruler required. Whirligig Reflections, so that one is using the Wonder Curve, and it comes out of the Wonderful Curves, it's called Wonderful Curves Sampler Book by So Kind of Wonderful. And that one's going to be Saturday, February 19th from 10 to 4. And yes, we're getting way ahead of ourselves on these classes, but we have to be ahead of ourselves in the classes. Otherwise, it just doesn't work out. And then the sampler, the Illusions Sampler Block of the Month. So the classes are going to be the third Thursday of every month in 2022. And the class will be $20 a month, but the kit is $265.99. The class is optional. So this is the kit, or this is the quilt. We are not taking money yet. You can't purchase this kit yet. We don't even have the fabric yet, so we don't want to take money until we have fabric in the shop, just to save everybody a hassle. But what this makes is an 88 by 112 queen size quilt, and the kit includes all of the fabric for the top, the borders, and the binding. You just have to supply the backing, and then we'll be taking each month and doing a class on that if you choose. So, maybe you choose to just take the paper piecing classes. Maybe you just want to do the ones that we do applique, or the curved piecing. So you can choose to take the class or not. So if you are interested in purchasing the kit, then you can email us or give us a call and let us know. I believe I have 3 spots left right now. 3 people left to tell us that they're interested in it. And in order to take the class, you have to have the kit because the pattern is not sold separately at this time. But if you have any questions, always give us a call and let us know. And these are all batiks. These are banyan batiks. But let me tell you, they feel really, really good. Even if you don't like working with batiks, you'll really like working with these because they don't feel like a batik. They're not stiff like that. They're nice and soft, and they're really good quality.
And that you have several blocks done, and people are saying that it looks way better.
Yes, and I have 10 of the 12 blocks done. I actually have 9 of them put together. I can bring out block 10. But I hung it up. We had our retreat this last weekend, and I hung up the ones that I had on the wall because I hadn't seen it other than being on top of it, and wanted to kind of see what it looked like up. And I think we got like 3 more sign-ups for the kit just from that, because it looks so much better than it does on here. I mean, it just looks so much better in person. So if you're waffling about it and you're here locally, come on in. I'm happy to show you what the quilt top looks like. It is still here. It is still in process. You can feel the fabric, but it is really, really nice. And like I said, it's, the colors are really great, but the feel of it is really good. So don't be put off by the fact that it's batik, even if you don't like working with batiks. I think you'll be surprised with these. So, okay, any comments or questions on anything? We covered a lot for classes.
Oh, we have a silent group.
Silent group tonight. Okay, well, stay cool. Let's see, don't forget, keep looking forward to Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Those are really, good deals here, so you'll want to be watching for that. We'll put out the information, obviously, when it gets closer to that time. The Thanksgiving schedule, we're closed on that Wednesday and Thursday, so if you need anything, you'll have to get it by Tuesday, which means our live will probably be on Tuesday if we have anything to show. Maybe we'll take the week off. I don't know. And yes, we are closed on that Wednesday. Alrighty, and we are open tomorrow. I know tomorrow is Veterans Day, November 11th, but we are still open regular hours, 10 to 5, so come on in and join us. Alrighty, well, if there's nothing else, then you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week.